rough start for this. At least I haven't started talking about anything really. Other than that, I had a shitty internet recently, like really bad one. And my microphone had this hissing noise, so I didn't even have the video to stream, but right now I have nothing else to do. So yeah, it was 2 weeks ago when I last streamed. And this game was 3 months ago. I didn't even remember that I started it. I looked at my videos and then I realized, hey, I started this and I never even continued it. So I guess it's a game that I can sit back in my chair and just play with my controller. So yeah, let's start. First of all, I wanna connect it to. Okay, I connected to the chat. And okay, it's working. I don't know if the screens are okay, but we'll find out anyway. So yeah, there was this, and now there's this. $9,000 feet. I really hope there won't be any problems with this game. I might as well just listen into this. Okay, I can't hear anything. What? Wait. Second. Okay, it's totally fine. It's nice. The fuck? Oh, okay. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? I'm only reading the white now, from now on, and maybe the green ones as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. I suppose... oh yeah, I shouldn't read this. Because it's too much. It's too much for one episode. From earthquake like turbulence to an elevator. What am I doing hesitating like this? to behave like one. What in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask you to please return to your seek. He's dead. He's dead. Oh wait. The fuck is wrong with this? Chat blase. Okay. Please calm down, we mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. What's wrong? Did something happen? You murderer! What? No! You have it all wrong. It wasn't me. I swear to God, it wasn't me. What's that glitch? Like, it can be seen on the stream as well. I hate these emulators. NDS emulators are the worst. Like garbage. You can't even stretch those 2 mini screens to fit the screen. So there's a black shit there. Maybe I can put something there. Let's see. Like, okay, so here comes some editing skills. Image, and I have to put that like where exactly? Above retro or below retro? I don't know. Let's look for an image that won't ban me. Okay, like a Kurumi image. Yep. And I have to put it like this, but then what's the purpose of this? Like, that's not cutting it out. Yeah, I have no idea how to put it there to fill the black. Actually, if I gave it some thought, maybe like this is possible, right? To only fill the black part. Because if I put it above like that, then it looks like this. Yeah, this is... Yeah, no, this can be solved. Or maybe some Google work. Okay, so OBS, how to fill black. Window capture with additional black area. Okay, let's see. Oh, this guy just won't get it. That's not what I searched for. Anyway, Google is just as useful as, like, I don't know, a broken sledgehammer or something. So yeah, it's freaking useless. I couldn't find anything. Everyone, I am sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rio de Janeiro. Maybe I should decrease the audio. Yeah, maybe I should. Because my ears are dying, like my eardrums. You have to protect your eardrums. Okay, unfortunately we just had a minor accident on this flight. An accident? Don't treat us like we are stupid. Oh, I caught a glimpse and it was a murderer. What? Murder? What's going on with this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There is no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we are out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off. Please, there is no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. Which is not me. I ask that everyone please remain calm. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor and I assure you I'm not the killer. Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Shut up, you fucking idiot. Now you listen here, I am not the killer. I simply found the body. Can we kill the passenger? Would talk, like I wanna kill the passenger right now. So you say, however, I'm sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw, and there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. We have already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Mr. Nerio, is it? Yes. I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance to do what? A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask you what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense, can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? You have a point. Very well, I listen to what you have to say, but be wary of what you will reveal. What you reveal? What did she say? But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you will only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Good. Very well, then let's get started. I just actually I was streaming Ace Attorney, but it wasn't this one. Like the Jacket series, I started the year with that, and yeah, that was a nice mod. I'm still trying to find that Pond Gay investigator mod, but that will never happen since the idiotic creator unpublished it. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator? It was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off of the murder weapon. So if you would please cooperate, we will turn you over as soon as we land. I killed someone with a bullet. That's her evidence? I don't think you could ask for more perfect witness testimony. Don't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Or even Edgeworth realized, not just me. Okay, so how do I do this? I don't have... What? What did I do? Okay. Circle again, or... Okay. Scenario. What is with the yelling all of a sudden? Mr. Nerio? You say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood, is that correct? Yes, all that blood, drip, 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 cuckoo drip. Oh my god, I hate that shit. Like, beams come out from someone's ass. Nowadays, they are so shit. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. Was? I would like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is? It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Mr. Nerio. What? Impossible. Now then, do you still think I am the killer? That I killed him with the travel wallet? No, but I saw blood dripping from the wallet, I know I did. As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained, but if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you would agree it's only grape juice. Oh, then... That's right. You mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not in fact exist. Wait, just a sec. That is, I mean, even a bullet could be deadly if it was rubbed around something heavy. I demand that you show me what's inside Plaza. There's no need to look inside, even you can tell from its appearance that it's light. No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of the toilet for myself. Yeah, I'm not reading the blue ones, I'm just gonna die from reading and reading this out loud. Because what can I say when I'm playing this game, other than just doing idiotic voices? I could talk about topics, but who the fuck cares? Mr. Neri, if you would be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me. Alright, I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here. How do you do this? Yes. That screen is huge. It seems that this passport is all that's in here. There's no hotkey for changing screens from top to bottom. Just yet, I didn't configure this at all. As you saw, there is nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet was the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree? Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? Well, I was wondering whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is... Just as I thought, this travel wallet belonged to Mr. F.P. Hicks, which makes it the victim's property. You stole the victim's wallet. You didn't you? How dare you? You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon. But it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. As you claimed, the murder weapon is not a travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks' money, weren't you? I'm a prosecutor, bitch. I have like $1 million already. So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of a foul play? Okay, so present. That's what? Present. Look at this. What? How do you check it? Objection. Crime scene notes. Wait, it's all scattered around the floor. I can just present it. I wonder if I might get a word in, Mr. Nerio. What is it now? Mr. Nerio? I wonder if you notice the contradiction with your own testimony. Edgeworth has a sore back. What are you talking about? It's simply impossible that the motive for this murder was monetary theft. One glance at the crime scene should have told you that. I can barely see what's going on, but I guess the money. This proves that the killer's motive was not monetary theft. What am I supposed to be looking at? Please recall how the crime scene looked. I'm trying, but all I can see is you talking and deep furrowing of your eyebrows and the lines on your forehead. Really, I'm not gonna fuck around here, like, where do you have to click? That's the money. I clicked on the money. So, is Tony. This is tricky. Oh, not tricky, but stupid. I clearly clicked on the money and you have to click on a specific. Yeah, fuck that. Oh, 1 inch away! I clicked 1 inch away. Love this when this happens. Didn't I click there? Didn't I? Oh my god. Seriously? Fuck this. Oh, that's right, the floor is covered in bills and coinage. By rationally, these were the very things the killer was after. Oh. I think we can assume that the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with his killer. And I would think that the killer would have noticed something like money scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there was no effort made by the killer to gather the money. But the wallet... Ah yes, the wallet. You will also recall that the only thing in it was Mr. Hicks' passport. If you are really insisting that it was a crime based on greed, then you are claiming that it was all for empty travel wallet. Forgive me. Please. Hey, what the heck? Are you saying that the attendant's wrong? So that guy isn't the killer? Oh, don't believe it everyone, it's a trick. We all please be quiet. Mr. Harry, yes? You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus the lounge was dark and looking into the light from the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Thank you for releasing me. That... I don't know how to pronounce it, but might as well try. Okay, so let me get my... Yeah. For private video here. Okay, so this is pronounced like this. Wait, I have a better idea. Instead of playing it on my phone. Oh shit.
Sin peso. 50 centavos. 5 peso. 10 peso. 15 peso.
Okay, thanks YouTube for translating this. We can go now. Oh fuck, another line! Well, that's the same, 5 peso, 50 tasso. Mr. Neri, if you could please translate, I would be much obliged. It sounds like Borginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... I said that he is giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just as see. You, the attendant. Yes, sir? I want this person to be under the arrest until we arrive at the airport. I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? What is it you want? I am finished talking to the likes of you. Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land. You, how dare you try to waste my time? I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are, I see through you. Insolvent. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in English. I hope I don't dissolve in water. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I'm Zinc LeBlanc too. I'm very wealthy man in Borgini. But I am not an ordinary rich man, I am an art dealer and the rich seller of beauty. Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean just now? Pardon? When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout, I have to explain? Unbelievable, and I will say it once and only once. I do not even have a second time to waste. Time is money, as they say. I saw it, yes, I did. I saw the victim go onto the elevator, going down to the lounge. It was exactly at 6 o'clock. Yeah, that's 6 o'clock will before us. And what's the significance of the time? At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6. Oh, what's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body? It was a little after the patch of turbulence, so I would say around 6:15. Hicks was his name, was it? Then I say that man Hicks was killed in the 60-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge at the time was this prosecutor, yes? I'm not even going to read this idiot's lines, because they suck. Okay, just shut up already. The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No complaint, I see. Not a single word against this, right? I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me. Oh, so you say, but do you have what you say, the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw, enough to give testimony. Testimony. Like in Jacket's series, it was testimony. Of course, I was looking at that man the whole time. What? He was playing with that annoying little small machine this whole time. Machine? Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes? It was making me crazy with the click, 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 click. From the description it sounds like some sort of small computer. I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself. A simple cell phone, a laptop or organizer I can see, but that's kind of low budget. I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty. All it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw. Mr. Nerio, yes. I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. Boss, You want to examine the crime scene. If you will grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce the real culprit. I don't like the sound of that fox in the duck pen. Yes, I think that's how you say it in English. Stop with this. It's fox guard in the henhouse, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Mr. Neri, if you wait until we arrive, there is a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. How this should not be approved. Please, Mr. LeBlanc, in an emergency all decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Now please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. What can I do meanwhile? You are not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. I already did it. We will see. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. Was unbelievable. I'm in your debt, Mr. Ariel. However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation. What is that word? It's only natural as I am still a suspect in this case. I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this is a reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Foul or foul? Maybe foul, rather. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need any help with anything, please feel free to touch the partner button. It's time to head to the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge. Can I run? How can I run? Oh, okay. Excuse me, but may I have a word with you? You there. If you need something, please ask Miss Rhoda over there, okay? What the? Hey, wake up, you. I'm terribly sorry that she's being so rude, Mr. Edgeworth. No need for you to apologize. I just find it hard to believe she's asleep on the job. If I were her boss, I would see to it that her salary was cut so low that it was in the red. March 20. March 12, I mean. I want to thank you for your help back there, Mr. Nerio. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you to that extent. I don't want you to think your standing with me has changed. I see. I'll bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making progress. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at the time. So my time runs out at his crew's discretion, does it? Understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes and the first class without the staff keycard. And we found no record of a keycard being used at all. Which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. Okay, Bygone Axtavision. Now then, let's get started. Let's start with the Mr. LeBlanc statements. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not give Mr. Hicks hints that the killer was around somewhere. If you were to believe that what you say is true, then yes. The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. Okay, let's start with this, I guess. How do I do this? Are you in need of assistance? No? Okay, I can examine it. I just have to figure out how. Fuck! No! I'm not in need of assistance. The infly shop is just beyond these shutters. But we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed. Let's start with this. Like, there's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence. Oh, we must clean that up or someone might get hurt. Aha! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I found some very important evidence. What is the important piece of evidence? Okay, so if this one fails, like this, yeah, what is it? They are little smushed, but I think we can both agree that they are a set of footprints. Footprints. So you think, yes, these belong to our killer. Oh my god. Okay, now I'm in position to play. Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class. I don't think that will be of any help to us. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse my rudeness. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get definitive match. Oh, I see. Okay, so was there someone else? I think logic. Yeah, logic comes like this. What clues point to where the killer could have been? There is some spilled grape juice on the floor in front of the elevator. Question: can I connect these two? Like, I don't know. Maybe I should look at this first. What floors does this elevator service? Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo hold. Oh yeah, so many people were like, how the fuck is this a multi-story airplane which also, how do you say it? Like, not inhabitant, it also transports people. So there's this A301, I think, airplane. Yeah. No, B. I have no idea what it's called. Oh, Airbus. Yeah, Airbus. Airbus A. That's a wide body aircraft. And yeah, just look at this. It looks insane. I will. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. First story, second story, cargo hold. But if you guys don't believe me, multi-story airplane with cargo. Yeah, 847. Yeah, NASA, but there's others, naturally. This is how it looks like. It's insane. It's big. What did it suggest me? Airplane. Yeah, this one. Oh, this is definitely not multi-story. This can be. Oh, this one can be. Can I buy my own? Okay, fuck this. Let's stop looking at these things. But yeah, it does exist. Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew key card. So the only floors accessible to the passengers are the first and second. I won't rest until I expected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Nuke. Okay, so let's go, baby. What is this sinister looking figure on the floor here? Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Mr. iFly. It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop. This bank is limited edition and is so popular that we are down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks' body was discovered. There's blood on here? Could this have been the murder weapon? No, yeah, there's some blood on his neck area. Without anyone was expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. So Mr. Hicks is really dead? Yes. She's trembling, although I can fault her for that when there's a corpse right here. Mr. Hicks, if you are really dead, then please answer yes. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' dead. Could this be the cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard. Yeah. Even his glasses are broken. Money is all scattered all around the floor. I maybe should look at the money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I would guess it was all in Mr. Hicks' wallet at some point. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's use logic because we are very smart. Okay, so where was the killer? Use logic, boy. Elevator, where was the killer? Connect them. Easy. True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. I will read these logic pieces, even though it's blue. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then that's a different story. Okay. So we got a new one. In the elevator with Hicks. If only I could prove that the killer rode the elevator with Hicks. Oh yeah, there's this. Yeah, there's a chance that. Let's go with this and with this for now. I'm sure in this. A statue with blood on it, lying next to the body of a man, was beaten to death. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. Yes? What is it? The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think Don't you think that's worth investigating? It would appear that this figurine is our murder weapon. Oh, I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of any other connection. Oblivious. So yeah, can I prove it? I think I can with this. Like, is there even another way of proving these? There is no way. Yes. I have it. I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. What, really? Yes. It's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather the grape juice in this case. If it's these footsteps here confess to be this very fact that someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean the second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? But if you take a look at the victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless. Which means Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one another person inside the elevator. But yeah, this logic could be really easily disproven by the guy who murdered him just changed shoes with him. Yeah, but I don't know. This is a situation I could easily imagine. Okay, we still haven't investigated a couple of things here, so let's get on with that. Why can't I? Okay. Oh no, look at all the grape juice staining the back. It may not look it, but this chair was extremely valuable. It was? Yes, it was used when the rocker paws came to tour this plane. Rocker paws leader sat in this very chair. I'm sorry, but what are these rocker paws? I can't believe you have never heard of them. They are all the rage. Rage quitters. The rocker paws are an extremely popular international band. They edit the paws part as they become more popular, especially among teens. Ah, that explains it. I'm not really one for the music today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. A second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get. I find myself reading these kind of things, like really though. Okay, so like seriously, what else can be? Oh yeah, we need to examine the... Yeah, we need to examine this further. I did a shitty job here. There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hope he won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. It's a picture. Looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere. Oh, I can do those. But I don't get it, like... Oh, okay. I just realized what's going on. Money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. And so we can deduce that the freaking phone... What's the deduce button? Not this one. Okay. It's connected to the phone. Mr. Hicks' machine is nowhere to be found. His machine? His cell phone, Mr. Nario. Oh, so I guess because it's not here. Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. Missing cell phone. Investigation complete. We got all our HP back. It's precious HP. 5 peso. Sin 10 peso. So shitty. Like Spanish Boneman. What Regen Boneman human? Regen Boneman. Boneman. Spanish Google Translate meme? Oh, okay. Oh no, fuck off. Spanish language meme. Spanish skeleton.
Estos putos que solo andan chingando, mejor les parto su madre.
Okay,
así que se las hice de pedo y ellos me tiraron una piedra y me rompieron las ventanas de mi casa, así que les grité, porque...
Okay, nice. Okay, so it translated it for us. I don't have to read it out loud. Okay, there's another line.
No, mejor me avientas a tu hermana, Juas XD, los vatos me pegaron una putiza y quedé todo madreado.
Okay, thanks. Unforgivable. This is unforgivable. Do you understand what I'm saying? This movie is latte. It is the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late. But the movie... Was? I will not talk to you anymore, you are just wasting my time. What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? If there is no emergency, please return to your seat, sir. Do not tell me what to do, I need not to sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you are innocent yet? Prosecutor? If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now. What? Nonsense. Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken? Not mistaken, merely that there is room for doubt. I would be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Fine, suit yourself. Why is he... wanted to shoot me or something. What I saw. I'm certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator. It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes later. After that in the lounges. Then you, the only person in the lounge at the time, must be the criminal. Okay, so the time here is fucked up. So, my eyewitness testimony, if you think you can destroy it, then come, let me see. Hurry, do I look like a man who is having the time to wait for you? And sure, stop. Oh, I found the button to change this. Okay, so it's R3. Yeah, that's nice. R3, okay. I'm certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator. Okay, when was that? Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at the time? Of course, I saw what was inside, and you are sure that the victim was in the elevator alone? Yes, that only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man. The only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man. Was he really alone? Of course! I will bet even 1 cent. What? Cheap and pay. And this sentence is also fishy. I assume the pocket watch in this case is the one you keep checking, is that correct? Oh, you noticed. It is a very expensive antique, I will have you know. The feeling is wonderful when I fully wind it up by my hand. It does look very well designed and quite classy. I will have to charge you if you want to touch it. That's quite alright, let's continue with your testimony. What a cheap man you are, now return to the time you wasted back to me. And then we must have saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator at 6 o'clock. Yeah, okay, so... the only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man. Is this true? Not really. Because there's this. Yeah. Mr. LeBlanc. What is it, man? There is a very glaring contradiction in your testimony. Money? Testimony? What do you mean? Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There, at the spilled grape juice. Yes, and will you admit you also spilled it with blood? No, I spilled it. It spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice footprints. Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. The evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. There must have been another person in the elevator, Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth?
Así que me empute y me hace los hacks alterando el espacio-tiempo y la realidad misma mientras les pego una putiza mientras...
Can you please translate for us? No way, that's totally impossible, I guess what he said. No way, that is totally impossible. What the f... I know there was no other person in there, I saw it with my own eyes. If you want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us. Mr. LeBlanc, please, just once more, I will recall the details of what you witnessed for me. Having a stroke, man. I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time over and over and over again. I happened to follow the man with my eyes when he passed me, and I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering, but I swear there was no one else inside, no one. So I was checking the freaking... Okay. Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down. Was? There you too have an issue with my eyewitness testimony? Oh no, not at all, please forget I said anything. Testimony. Testimony, testimony. Okay. Why were you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable was happening. Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back to my time in money, you understand the point? Movie? Is he talking about the in-flight with the one that's mentioned in the magazine? Somewhere with the plot and start time. Where does it say that? Like... Does it? You can read this. Movie starts at 6. Or it starts at 7. Between 8. 8 and 7. It's only 6. It's... No, what? Yeah, 7. It's at 7. They were supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maim and Murder. I can't see that movie in my country, you can only see it on international flights. I look forward greatly to that movie. I check my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. So my watch is not wrong, it matched schedule. But the movie was still late, very late. Your pocket watch, I would like to ask you about a little more about it, if that's alright. Okay. Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony. Even I set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. Now if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination. Yes, and the correct time is worth its 6 cents. I would like you to take a look at this. If you believe the Sky magazine, the clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Mr. Nerio, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now? Well, we made a short stop at the transfer point. That's right, it was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Zangfa. I hate these countries. But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at the time. So right now we are still running our on Borginian time. Was the time difference between Borginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch will be out of sync with the schedule. Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony. And you can bet 1 million cents on that. In light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 AM. My 1 million cents! This should clear up all of the remaining accusations. So this basically widens the time frame for the time of the death, right? Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 AM. It means that the time of the death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 AM. The question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time and what was he doing? I've got something to say. And you are? Yeah, I'm Kemi Mealy. I'm a flight attendant. And what is it with you? What is it you wish to say? Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it. What do you mean, Kemi? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 AM, you know? What? How can you be so sure of the time? Oh, that's right, he pushed his call button while we were parked at the transfer point. At the stop we made for refueling. Refueling the cargo transfer in Zengfa, correct? Yes, it was from 4 to 5 AM according to our clocks. And during that time, did any of the passengers leave or did any new ones board this flight? No. Not a single person got off or on in Zengfa. What about the flight crew? That grin. I laughed immediately. The few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off and redeemed his suite. But eventually everyone, including Kemi and myself, came back on the plane. And those were beautiful. So basically I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting, I should keep that in mind. Refueling and Zengfa. Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Egby Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 AM. Okay, Miss Millie's testimony. Sorry, what the fuck? I didn't even drink anything. Although I did eat Subway sandwich. Alright, then that puts the time of the murder between 5 and 6:15 AM. Now, what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth? I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zengfa. You were here the whole time from 5, yes? You are the only one who could be the killer, Mr. Edgeworth. Were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 AM onwards? Unfortunately, yes. But then how do we explain the footprints? Is not that obvious? This man waited for Mr. Hicks here in the lounge, waited to kill him. And then he put the corpse into the elevator. That is when the turbulence happened. My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken, but what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the second floor does not matter. Does not matter. Because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge. Everything. Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc? Do you have another idea? I simply feel that there is something out of place in the scenario presented. What do I have to present? Like this one? Yeah. These footprints, in which direction do you think these are headed? That would be the in-flight shop, correct? They are headed in the direction of the shop. But they look disconnected, they end all of a sudden. You are right. You point out that they do not form one continuous trail to the shop. However, there is another piece of evidence that connects the shop to our crime scene. Oh, okay. I fly. Shit. This one. The murder weapon. This little piggy bank is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there, and is not displayed here in this lounge. How then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious? Sus, Among Us. Oh, so funny! I get cancer from these guys, like stop. I uploaded a video to YouTube. Let me check this. Like, uploaded it to YouTube. There's a Troage meme, and yeah, I got some comments about Among Us. Like, how are the two things related? Spam if it's Among Us. I don't fucking care. But seeing this under this video made me like question my life. Yeah, it transferred cancer to my ears and my like every organ I have. Just, yeah, Pog moment. Like I don't delete these, but like fuck these people. Pog. Yeah, fuck you guys, idiots. A bunch of incident comments. Some deep ass analysis about I don't know, life or philosophy here. Even though it was made in MS Paint. Can this fucking comment section load already? I feel like it will never load. I feel like I will never find it. Because it just refuses to load. Fucking YouTube. Oh yeah, there was one guy who said you can't use this music and they expect me to be still scared. From this? What? From Troyage means I'm gonna show some at the end of the stream. So you guys know what this is about. It's not scary, by the way. It's like weird memes back in the days. These storage videos give up the exact same. Okay, I will read these when the stream is over. This is quite funny. I had some great laughs and some like I wanted to, I don't know how I should say it, use a spoon to tear out my eyes eternally. Such a trivia point. It only means you prepared it, taking it from the shop first before coming here. Doesn't prove you are innocent at all. Is there no way to win with this man? If I may. What is it? You see, well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says. And why do you know this so well? Well, it's just that the piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes. And when was this? It was maybe around 5:40 AM. Isn't that just before the hit, that patch of turbulence? That's right. You were in the shop just before the turbulence? Yes, I was. Come to think of it. It's the scenario when I found the body. I believe you came out of that door. Yes, I did. And what is beyond that door? That's the flight attendant's room. Then you were on the first floor? Yes. I had to do something at the shop and in the flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first and then to the flight attendant's room. Are you saying you passed by me at some point? Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by? I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take a notice of who it was. Anyway, the piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there. Why did you go to the shop in the first place? I went there for a work-related matter. Work, you say? Yes. The upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities. Why did you not say anything about that until now is what I want to know. In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over there, then? What is it now? Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop? No, I haven't forgotten, but I already asked him for permission to search the entire plane, so I think we are alright. Oh, that's weird. What is? Well, I just talked to the captain, see, and he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all. What is the meaning of this, Miss Tanario? It means she's lying. Go on, admit that you are. You said you had permission to search all over, but you don't, and yet here you are. You, flight attendant, what are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us? Captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way. Mr. Nario, why would you do such a thing? Please excuse me. Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth? If you would follow me, I'll be your guide from now on. That's nice. There's something about Mr. Nario that has piqued my curiosity. But right now investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority. And this woman is my also top priority. Come on, baby. Let's go. What is this? Yeah, that's supposed to be an Airbus A380. So they just named it I390. Okay, I do it. So this in the in-flight. So this is the in-flight shop. So this is the this is a long game or long. Yeah, this is an insanely long part. Okay, it's quite a mess in here. You think? I guess I have to clean things up then, teehee. Hold on, you can't clean up a potential crime scene. Oh, thank goodness, I hate cleaning so much. I mustn't rush things here, I must remain cool, calm and collected. But this piggy bank was left at the crime scene. There is a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit. The glass from this display case's door is shattered all over the floor, and it looks like there is nothing on display inside either. Wait, actually, I think there is something. Mini Captain said. What are these? Oh, those are our company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the door, that's how popular they are. Should buy one and see how you like it, you won't regret it. Perhaps that's how things work on this planet, but in the real world you try them by... No way, but either way it doesn't really matter. Just look at all the Mr. Highfly heads painted on their cute company mascot, isn't he? They are painted on with a lot of care, doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you? It is certainly making something jump inside my stomach. Huh? I guess there is no fooling your refined tastes. Question mark? Really? You look like you really wanted to get one, and I thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. Glad that's done though, never make me try to give you a sale pitch ever again, okay? But I never showed any interest in it to begin with. It really is pretty horrible, isn't it? You want to know something? These suitcases were designed by Miss Rhoda. Mr. Nergio designed this, yeah? It was a company-wide contest. Oh well, it does have a very sharp design sense. Sharp? Like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe? I really have no idea why the big wigs decided to go with it. It's so bleh. Mr. Nergio designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected. What? You okay? I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Miss Mary. Letting a suitcase freely roll around has got to be a safety violation. Here, I put it back. Wait, what? Yeah, okay, I need logic here. There's a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases. You know what I would suggest? Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip. Okay, then how about you buy something for me then, as a present? I can't think of a single reason why I would want to buy you anything. But I have my eye on that pendant for such a long time. Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we talk. Inside this display case is a row of lifesavers and a life vest for sale. We sell a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something, but some people buy them even when nothing's going on. How about you, Mr. Edgeworth, care to buy one? I sense that this shop is one shopper away from being sued. Yeah, I already found it. Logic must be used here, I think. It's Tiny Captain's set. Oh, I thought it wouldn't work for a second. I believe this piggy was forcibly removed from this display case. Yeah, really? Don't tell me you don't know what things go where in this shop. Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place. So come on, how should I know anything? Oh, no, out of here. Okay, and we can change screen. Oh my god, it's so perfect. It's goddamn, it's so amazing. Holy shit. What? No, I didn't want to do this. Okay, there's nothing here. Is this spot connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yes. It's this thing. This will be taken out. There is definitely something very unusual about this. About what? If the killer had broken the glass to get at Mr. iFly Bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself. Oh, I see. I guess it will be like that. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display cases. Nope. No, there isn't. Which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. Piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glasses. Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor. I'm willing to bet that this head was knocked off its head at the time too. But then this is so... yeah, that's nice. This is so... like... I'm getting tired from this, reading all this shit, which leads me to believe that the killer took the iFly from here after the turbulence. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Mealy, and listen when I'm talking. But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules the piggy bank out as the murder weapon. So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon, it's a fake? Yeah, at this point that is a very real possibility. But what if when the killer went to take Mr. iFly, he broke the glass by accident? The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely. Yeah, but there's one person we could have. Oh, and who would that be? Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, sure, so she has the keys to everything. Miss Rhoda Tenerio, huh? Nice. Yes, there is definitely something wrong here. What's with the sudden yelling? Tell me, Miss Mealy, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh well, for sure. They totally ooze strange, like the color and such. That's not what I'm talking about, now pay attention. Ah, you are scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper. And they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after the creator. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Mealy. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind, I would sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. They are really quite hideous. I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if she heard what you just said. What's wrong? What's this? I spotted something that's not quite right. Okay, change. And it's this is cancer. Should work. Yeah, I figured you thought the design was odd too. I never thought the design was odd. What the fuck? Like, it was very precise. Like, don't tell me this wasn't precise. Or I have to present the other one? There's something very peculiar about these wheels. Oh, as in, there are no stoppers in place of this. Like, I don't get this game. There should be an option in which you think differently. Like, I was thinking that that has a stopper, the other one that hasn't got a stopper. Oh my god. Fuck off. I always hated this. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying. And so it is very likely that the suitcases were placed here and after we hit the turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? I wonder how I rotate it. This was apparently designed by Miss Tenerio herself. The design has a nice kui about it. Yes, perhaps that is the best way to put it. And what do I have to... A 1,200 price tag. Not exactly priced by someone with a conscience, I would say. What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. This color and this scent. It appears to be the substance in question is grape juice. Oh, okay, I just pictured this. Okay, so I remember what happened here. What? Oh my god, like... Knowing this already is like a mastermind move by the killer. But why would there be juice on the wheel of the suitcase? Okay... How long do I have to do this? Oh, okay, I have to open it. It should appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. Piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood. Ah, it's blood. It's blood. It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to the murder after all. So explain this to me? What does this suitcase have to do with the murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say the killer used this suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something in, perhaps. But aren't you just talking about the cloth then? That alone is too small, and the larger item will be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used the suitcase to transport is... The thing I believe the killer used this suitcase to transport is... The body? Yeah, the body. Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? But in light of this, I would say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else. Which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location. And I wanted to play StarCraft or Warcraft today, but it seems I won't. I mean, today I definitely won't, but before I go to sleep. So you are saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it? Exactly. What is it? I'm nothing, just that I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming here for something. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he would appreciate it if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments. However, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may have become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course. If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge, and I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Mealy reminded me about Miss Tannerio, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light. Okay, to be continued. I bring some drink, maybe. Yeah, I will do that. Oh, fuck, I'm using... Okay. I was using... what is it called? Keyboard. Okay. Remember that guy? Like, there's the one with the ponytail and with a hat. That's the guy from Estonia Case the first game. I'm back. I like how the steps on our stairs were designed in such a way that every step can give you a heart attack. Because it's wide, but it's really short. So yeah, basically just shortening your lifespan with these mini heart attacks. Okay. I've been expecting you, Miss Miles Edgeworth. Oh hell yes. Francisca, I thought you were still in Germany. I go where I'm needed. And wherever there are criminals to be caught. Her name is Francisca von Karma. Yeah, everyone knows Edgeworth. The daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It will be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest. What? It's quite frustrating actually. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue, but I have to take what I can get. I never thought I would see the day. When a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal, have you no shame? Wait, it has all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. We waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death. Francisca, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I've investigated this for myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed, which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together? I have to get going, the crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I had no intention to. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Too slow. Oh, listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand? Mr. Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard him? A simple yes or no, detective. Yes, sir, understood, sir. Just leave it to me. Miss Edgeworth? If you interfere with my investigation, I arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Then if you will excuse me. Voice crack. Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you are okay. Thank you, detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I get you through this. Yeah, you can't learn anything from him. I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Francisca is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well, in that case, I have a few questions for you, detective. Okay. So, how is the initial investigation going? We just shipped the body of the coroner to the coroner's office, and we are taking the statements now, sir. That sounds like Francisca. She was always good at quick responses to a case. I would say she was a little too quick, sir. Oh, how so? I rushed on over as soon as I got a word on the affair, sir, but somehow when I got here, Miss Von Kahn was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kinda creepy, as though she knew that there had been a murder or something, and had come in advance to await your fight's arrival. That is sort of odd. You did show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Oh yeah, oh my god, I'm not supposed to read that. Miss Von Karma just kinda popped out at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident. No details. It's kinda top secret, so she can talk about it even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. This man was in first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair. I'd be pretty scared too if I got caught up in a murder investigation, sir. Fever, I did it. I made the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. Fever, this life has this proof. I made it alive. It's now my prized possession. How could you just take that from the plane? It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. It's got nothing to do with the murder, at least. Who do I have to talk? Like this girl? I wanna talk to this girl. Lunchland. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own branch shops. Oh, I always wanted to give their steak lunch a try. Which should I go with? I recommend our airport special Wordflex lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags. If you really want one that badly, detective, why don't you go ahead and buy one? Is that okay, sir? Thanks. Alright, then I'm really gonna get one. Here I go. Excuse me, miss. I'll take a Star-Spangled Banner lunchbox, please. God damn. We have to talk to everyone, really? Lunchland. Okay, we can't talk to the guy. This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes. I'm still excited to see this many planes too. Just look at the size of these things. Do you like planes too, mister? The balance between the main wings and the tail wings is really something, huh? Oh, it seems that this child derives his pleasure from a different aspect. But I also got to think for the shape of the wings too. Here, mister, you can stand next to me, so about that plane's wing. Thank you, detective, for leaving me out of this conversation. Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before. Oh, nom nom nom. In Soviet Russia, where flags lounge books at J00. What the fuck? We're gonna get him some water. Found it, lol. Oh, I feel the wave of great powers coming on. It's over 9,000. For my next lead move, it's gonna be the Steel Samurai Warrior of the now old Tokyo. As is the worst samurai champion of the earth. It's gonna be rock swords. So many box swords. Good thing it was a false alarm, right, Mr. Edgeworth? So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. Completely ignoring me as usual. What the fuck? You're kidding me. Oh my god. Oh, I can go back? Oh, why didn't I realize this? That's the fucking captain. So you must be the captain. Why, yes I am. And who might you be? I'm the prodigy prosecutor Francisco von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain, getting friendly with another woman? Never forgive you if you do. What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person. Sure, you want to ask the captain some questions, sir? He was in the cockpit in the entire time. I highly doubt he would have known anything of use. That would be really weird if a captain kills somebody. Especially this is the only captain, like there's no co-captain or whatever they are called. Like there's always two driver? Captain. Yeah, captain. I'm not on par with these flying terms. I just know a few plane types, that's all. And her whip. I leave that type of witness to Francisca and her whip. LeBlanc is still raging so hard. He lost the game. Now see here. Sorry, I'm so sorry. How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be a criminal, I told you. Mr. LeBlanc. Oh, it is you. Dad is meant to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't even have 1 second of wasteful time to spend. Oh, it's okay, it's closed down now. Did you finish taking his statement yet? Yep, all done, sir. I do not concern if you are not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay. Art? What sort of art? Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork done in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I see all kinds of arts. Folk costumes. Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc said, it kind of looks like that one other piece of cloth. I should present it to him, he says. Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me? It's Borgianian cloth. As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose. Ah, of course, this fabric is so famous. Orders come from over the seas for more. Nice, thanks for the information. Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier? No, my cargo this time is much gigantic. Gigantic. You, detective, why can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we are done investigating, Pa. The stubbornness of you police, it is no good. And it is no good that the attendant refuses to exit the attendance room too. That attendant? What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc? She was taken into the attendance room for her interview. And then they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her. Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you? Yes, I was able to opt in the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I would like to speak with Mr. Ario. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room? Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. What? Okay. You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Okay, let's fight. Francisca's logic. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here in the very lounge of the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge was the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect, I mean. Oh my god, that's good. Oh, that's gracious. Oh my god. The likeliest suspect, Francisco. I have to drink. Fuck this game. It's so tiring. I hate streaming this. This is a nice game, but I hate streaming it. But I was stupid enough to not just start it, but continue it as well. Because, you know, it's just a game. You sit back, controller, you don't even have to, like, pressure yourself. Yeah, you don't have to use your brain for this game, I should say. Do you have a problem with that? No, but it's not like you to do such a vague wording. You are usually a bit more absolute. I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness to you hard for you to comprehend? Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. The second sentence I already know. Present here, like we have been talking about this the whole time. It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all. And what does that mean? I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. The killer used the suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all. Now who's the rashly jumping to conclusions, excuse me? All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose the suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you would come up to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. A phone call is perfect in every way. Ah, but did you know that the killer definitely veered the suitcase around at some point? As if there is no proof of that. The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator? Yes, and I would like to draw your attention to this area here. This mark here, wouldn't you say it looks like that? It looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels? I suppose. Further, there is also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. Intent tussle. I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you have come to your senses. Wrecked, not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot, smartass. Okay, let's see what you have to say. You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit the turbulence. already wrong. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit the patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from and pretended to be the discoverer of the body. Nice. Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought out of the fly. What? I didn't do nothing. What? How do I go back? What the fuck? Just what are you insinuating? That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I expose the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop. Nice. The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal proveness is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those would stand in courtroom must learn to master. But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix? A fake? This Mr. iFly piggy bank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon. What? The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important, and it was taken after the turbulence had occurred. But then what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that? I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at this way, the killer basically did three things after the turbulence. Okay. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick up the bank from off the floor and took it to fabricate fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Egby Hicks. You there? Yes, ma'am. Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found? You didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence, and the remaining items all tested negative for any traces of blood. I see. Well, Miss Edgeworth, it appears your store taxes are at an end. But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir. If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I would think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the body cloth. Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage or is still at the real crime scene. There is one more possibility, and that would be that the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon, but that didn't we just... Let me finish. The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I would say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see, so that means that the killer had the key to the display case. Francisco, this person you are talking about. Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. What? Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her. Yes. Very well, permission granted. But only if I can sit on your interrogation. Sit on your interrogation? Sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other? I have no intention of interrogating her, but you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish. Mr. Neri is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. Let's bounce. Okay, let's bounce. Sir are the one that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? Aye, Mr. Nerio. Mr. Edgeworth, you are here too. Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did? Alright. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that? Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission. What do you mean? The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Mealy. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Scenario, is it? There is one more thing I would like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well, why the sudden hesitation? Francisca seems to have struck a nerve. She's embarrassed of those suitcases. All I did was to go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. Mr. Enario claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is it all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. If you could please take a look at this for me, Mr. Enario? Oh, the suitcase. Yes, about the suitcase, you are the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else about it. The suitcase is the reason we went to the shop, isn't it? There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there? Won't you please tell me more about this suitcase? Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there. The last one there? So you're saying, Mr. Nerio, that the suitcase in question was the last one? Yes, they are just so popular, they are practically flying off the shelves. That's not exactly the impression I got. The one in the shop is the most definitely the last one. Well, we are currently looking at the suitcase. That suitcase. Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. I didn't say anything about buying it. Then say you buy it. I'm sorry, I can't. But why? I think it would go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. I guarantee it personally as a service professional. Well, that is... how should I put this? It's hideous. What? Maybe that was a bit too moving on my issue with the suitcase. It isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining. Remaining? There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it. 2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only 1. Looks like her story has generated quite a contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left. Something is amiss here. I like this idiom. Something is amiss. Like Night Elf heroes used to say this in Warcraft 3. Something is amiss. Yeah, Furion said that all the time. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? What? By the way, Mr. Ario? What is one of the suitcases doing here? That's... I thought you said there was only 1 left. That one is, it's mine. I used it for a very long time now. She has used it for a long time? I think not. Mr. Nari, I would appreciate if you wouldn't lie to me. Excuse me? I don't believe for even 1 second that you have used this for a very long time. The price tag is still on there. Tell me, Mr. Neri, is it also you're happy to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase? Ah. What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about the suitcase? Mr. Neri, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Others, the suitcase was originally in the in-flight shop, I think. seeing as how the price tag is still on this suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the top floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought this suitcase was... you? It was you, wasn't it, Mr. Mario? I hate to say this, but the suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling you by buying it yourself, isn't that right? Then the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something. But the suitcases didn't sell. It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it says you put it hideous. We weren't selling a single one and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there day in and day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked. You buy one every single time you work a flight? I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here's my receipt for that purchase. This receipt is clearly timestamped at 5:40 AM. Yeah. The truth is there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight. Mr. Neil, where are these other suitcases? They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used could very well have come from the cargo hold. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think the killer used one of my suitcases too? Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body. How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wish for them to be. Mr. Mario, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator? The only other way is just through that door there. And what about the security? That door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room you need a special keycard that only crew members have access to. Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects. I can't believe it. Francisca, going on these wild goose chases, you are disgrace to the Von Karma name. And what do you mean by that? The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story. Yes, which is why I said culprit must be a crew member who used the key card. My Edgeworth, you are proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct? Yes, that's the only realistic possibility. That other attendant, Miss Mealy, I asked her earlier and she had this to say. In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different keycard is required. A different one. Yes, and only the person who holds a particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Teneriro. And only you. What? Is this true? Yes, I keep that keycard in my locker all the times. Could you please show us that card right now? Yes, hold on. Nice. Oh, it's gone. I don't believe it. What's wrong? The keycard, it's gone. Oh, very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you are just trying to hide it from us. You have really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Edgeworth. What's wrong? There's a disbelief written all over your face. Francisca, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case, however. Ori, don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well I do, so do I. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth? I intend to do likewise. Save? Oh my goodness gracious, a save. I turn the power off right now. Are we there yet? Like, how many are there? Oh my goodness gracious, there's a lot. Oh, actually, I think I can finish it by 1 AM. Okay. Wow, so this is the cargo hold, huh? Cargo hold. Oh, he's yeah. This plane is a special model. There's both a super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first class seating. Yeah. So this is the real scene of the murder. XD. I can't, I don't wanna play this anymore, but I have to finish it. There is a certainly high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth. It's like all you can use suitcase fare. These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after this flight is over. The paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy. Okay. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you so much happiness. You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200? I think I'll pass. And Mr. wonders why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. Definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping in? It's a bunch of glass fragments. I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses? Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of glasses lenses. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected. So you're saying that the real crime scene was here, sir? Isn't that what I have been saying for a while now? Or is it? I didn't know that. Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. And all that's left is to find the murder weapon. Okay. Oh, there's a black suitcase here. Nice. Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal? It's what the victim checked in with, sir. Checked in, sir. So the suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he would mind if he took a closer look. There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir. Wait, a file? And there's a photo of Miss von Karma in it, sir. Looks like a profile on Francisca. Why would Mr. Hicks have had a file on her? You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was. I've been following a very large and involved governmental level international crime. But it's much too large for one person to take on alone. It was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. Interpol is involved. It's a top secret operation, so I really can't tell you any more than I already have. That's all we need, baby. Why am I using baby? Like, I would never say this to a chick. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Francisca? Oh, I know, I bet he's a big fan of Miss von Karma, sir. Francisca said that she had come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Or maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was in actual Interpol agent Hicks. I think Francisca has some explaining to do. You came to this airport to interview with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense! What are you talking about? You found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Isn't that correct? I should have known you would figure out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then? Yes. Agent Hicks went on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. He went undercover to investigate this crime, and it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about this murder instead. I think we now have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason of that, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francisca, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation? No, unfortunately I was going to find out more from him after he had landed. I see, but this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and these broken glasses are a testament for that, and then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and they entered the elevator, but while they were riding it up, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks' body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Oh, this is already over? I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage. What? Really, sir? I know what you are thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tanado. Okay. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Higgs to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the keycard that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high level access is Murder the Tornado. I would say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? I know what she's trying to. Yeah, okay. Rebutter. But it's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Mr. Nerio. It's highly likely? Is that possibility the best you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father? Yes, well, why I don't have any evidence. Be quiet, you're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Taylor, you know? It's not just the keycard that gives her away. Are you talking about the murder weapon, the Mr. I-Fly piggy bank? Yes, she is also the only person with a key to open the display case. Stop right there, Miss Miles Edgeworth. Mr. Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we have searched up the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. What should be examined further to help us the body? Francisca, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes, we don't even have the autopsy results yet. Autopsy. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks' head is consistent with the murder weapon? Scruffy. Yes, sir. Contact the medical examiner office at once. I can't read now. I wish to hear the results of the Agent Hicks autopsy. Yes. He flew away. Edgeworth looks like Vegeta. We have got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. What is it, detective? They are still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know this one thing for sure. Report now. The doc said that it's one giant bruise from beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back? Was beaten over such a wide area? But I would say maybe it's a sign that the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head, the killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir. That's impossible. Okay. What is he had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean? Well, that's was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective? Oh well, they said they were still looking into that, sir. You're completely useless. Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there. Now you remove yourself from my way. What is that? What is all that racket? My luggage, my cargo, they are mine and I demand you return them to me. You're still investigating the cargo, or please understand that I have a little patience. I suppose there is no choice. Finally, I think he gave... Hey, what are you? You have left me no choice but to use strong force. You won't get past me. This is... Wait, that's it? That's what this voting has been about. Further, there is no matter of the key to the display case that had the murderer's bank. This is how we realize this. After all, you know that we have searched the entire cargo and came up empty-handed. The doc said that it's one giant bruise from beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. Oh, nice. Okay, so cause of death, nobody couldn't find. Okay, so this definitely goes with this. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there is extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark. The murder weapon must be something far bigger. Sizable weapon with this. Yeah. If we are looking for rather large... Oh yeah, this is... Oh, I can drink me while he's talking. What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Francisca. What? What do you want? I found it, Francisca. I found the real murder weapon. You did? He really jumped. We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He might be hurt. We should go check up on him, sirs. There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you will back yourself up with evidence. You two aren't listening at all, aren't you? Are you? Come on then. Don't have evidence to show, I guess. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Higgs' death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I figured out what was the real cause of the death, freefall. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to ground. He fell to his death? Yes. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back, and the only rational explanation for his injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside a plane. I know. Are you claiming that there is some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from top of the stairs of this very cargo hold. What? Then... we are in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sirs. Hey, you tell me you aren't that Paul. Quiet, why are you screaming? He's alive. And there you have it, my Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Higgs fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time, what would have happened then? It would have been a Borginian pancake for sure, sir. I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is that the cargo box is there. So there is no point in entertaining your wide hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there is no proof that it was always there. As if there could have been a window of time when the giant box was not there. There was, but there was, yeah. What? The refueling. But what can I use? Yeah, okay, it was a refueling. I can barely see what's going on. You refueled in the Republic of Zankfa? Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zankfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover, we also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. How did the authorities not know the giant box was put into this cargo hood? How the fuck? Oh, it's labeled Zankfa Express. Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zankfa. Oh, I already know how to beat the boss of this game. There's 5 peso reading on that. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zankfa leg of the flight? What? Making a clear drop from which Agent X could have fallen to his death entirely possible. But your theory is still very far-fetched. Then allow me the chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. Oh, one more investigation, I think. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Can I move it? No, I can't move it analog. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. This sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. This is rather large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. That's the Olive Red statue. Never heard of it. Alright, but all I care about is if we can prove it. It wasn't here at the time of the crime. Then let's get investigating, sir. Okay. I don't have... Okay. Perfect.
Me hago una pajilla y me tiro un pedo así alterando el orden natural de las cosas y ahora tengo 6 pichulas, 5 cubitos.
Okay. Nice, thanks for the translation. Is there gonna be another line? Look here, do not go about touching my possessions without my permission. Fuck. Don't rush up on me like that, Paul. So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? It should see what else I can find out from him. Oh, let's see. Look here, I do not go about touching my possessions without my permission. A piece or how? I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc. Of course, it is mine. I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. This olive red statue is worth 10 million cents, no, maybe much more. 10 million cents? I suggest you just stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, detective. Darn, how did you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing through me every year. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, so the 10 million cents, is that in euros or in dollars? Does it really make a difference to our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there is a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it in a bit closer. It was a very valuable piece of art, so no. There will be no touching. What do I do now? If Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring, then it's possible that this fake statue was brought on board in Zengfa. I think I need to question him a bit further. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc, I wonder if it might be a fake. What? How dare you say my art is fake? I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring. Don't say such fantastical things, those thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here. Do you mean the cargo certification document? The Zig LeBlanc. Why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it us to at once. I can't read this. I can't read this. What does it say? Yeah, it's all pixels, Francisco, that's why. It says as plain as day. The cargo was put onto the plane in Europe. And there you have it by his Edgeworth. Too bad for you. The statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in the certificate. No, that's... Which means that there never was a window of time in which the statue was sitting there. I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself. Then you can have your wish. Look at it yourself and see I am right. Okay, let's see this figurine. Oh, it has yellow eyes. Let's see my organizer. Like there was this picture I remember, and it was clearly red. How could they make such a rookie mistake? Oh my goodness. This, I know I've seen this somewhere before. This is the Olive Red. Red, yeah. You might think it's like a DS bug where, I don't know, like PS1 Harry Potter, pick up blue every flavor bean, and it's purple in the game. Yeah, like there could be color differences, but I don't think red could be at any time yellow or orange. It gives us such a feeling of art, I can practically smell it. This statue has a high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at the museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it. I believe a closer look is warranted here. Okay, so let's... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something? There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail. Yeah, I can already deduce this. This piece of shit. Don't waste my time here. Though these eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Yeah, and pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do. But it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember standing out in that field, spinning with my arms out until I felt ill. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Huh? Sir, they are red. As I thought. This statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc? What do you want? Do you not know I am a busy man? I'll allow you 2 seconds for your answer. The elephant, I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not? It is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess this statue? The trigger started 17 years ago. Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is gonna be a long story. Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you that, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but what is a sympathy? For what? You see, I would like you to compare their eyes. The large fellow there has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you. I wasn't talking about two of us. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo. Why the sudden yelling now then? In this photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe. Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake. Fake? I believe that even further examination will be required. Now that we have confirmed that this is indeed a fake, there must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Zhengfa, and I will present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. Okay, how do I go down? Okay, back. Okay. Change. Okay, everything is nice now. Why is it under that? What's this? The statue looks like it's stepping all over its neighbor's cloth cover. It kinda resembles its owner's attitude in a sense. You, what did you say now? Further, my clothing hem is not being stepped on by anyone. It is too expensive for me to allow that to happen. Please forgive the trespasses of my subordinate. Why should I forgive if the dress passes? Unless it is an expensive dress, you can keep it. Okay, we have to search for a certain cargo from Zhengfa. There is clearly a contradiction here. What are you going on about? There's a simple case of cargo cover getting stuck under another piece of cargo. Oh, that's not possible. But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zhengfa, that there is no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe, which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zhengfa. But then what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There is only one reason why, to secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight. Oh my god, I can't read it. So say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. We could have just easily inspected all of the cargo after the plane landed. That may be true, however, you have it backwards, Francisco. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until the plane had landed, but he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport, it would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner. Would have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge, which means there is someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certificates. Oh my god, finally it's over. I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna get nabbed. Yes, while this photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold, a rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing is a valuable piece of cargo, would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zhengfa cargo crew and the rest the smuggler. And if I was a idiotic GTA San Andreas fanboy. All he had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. I would have said this. Like, oh my god, overused. Shitty. I would slap something right now, like break something into pieces, and that would be the current fan base that I'm talking about, like these idiots. Exactly, this only goes to prove my theory. The statue was not in the cargo hold during the Eurozangfa leg of the trip. There would have been enough height from which Agent Higgs could have fallen to his death. Officer, move the statue immediately. I want a thorough examination on the floor underneath now. Now, Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the olive red statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with luminol and there was a reaction. I see, there was a reaction to luminol, an indication that there was blood in the spot. Can we stop looking at it now, sirs? It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned the blood up as well. And how do you think the killer did that? How did the killer clean up all the blood? With this. The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see, they had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zangfa. That's because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover. So you guys are saying the murder happened before the plane landed in Zangfa? There is no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred before we landed in Zangfa, then this becomes highly suspect. Actually, Suslan Sus Yarak is a Turkish line of swearing. I like that more than Susus. Like, I see these. I'm not even part of any forums whatsoever on the internet. Let's see where I am. Like, where do I meet these things? Like, really, YouTube comments. Nowadays, I don't read any freaking YouTube comments. Like at all. Oh my. Some people wrote me today. Like I wasn't on Facebook at all. Yeah, did this freaking thing load already? It did. Okay, I'm gonna load the wall thread here. Okay, I did. Okay. I wanted to show you guys the comments after this, but I'm dying here, like really. This is a longest. Oh yeah, but I meet these memes. It's YouTube. YouTube is spamming all these memes. I quit this so I can talk. YouTube is spamming all these memes. Like, you see top comments on YouTube. Every 10 top comments in like a video that has at least 1,000 views. No, like 10,000 views. Is all memes spamming like this idiotic things. I will open one. I don't know which one should I open. I will type in something like RTX or something. These things have views. But moving on with the game, recall Miss Millie's testimony about Agent Higgs in regard to when we departed in Zangfa. I saw Mr. Higgs sitting in his seat at 5 AM, you know. She claims Agent Higgs was alive at the time of the service cause, but that totally contradicts the facts, sir. But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Millie herself. We are getting to the bottom of these guys. It's over for Miss Millie. No, why? What? Oh, okay. Well, I guess Do I even need a save here? Okay. Miss Mealy? Miss Mealy? Do you recall what you said earlier? About when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Zangfa? Huh? You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Zangfa. Oh, this can be Mealy. Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did. No one could make a mistake so large, Miss Mealy. But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time. This is going nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction. Very well, Miss Mealy, if you please tell me about your alibi during this time span. From just before we were to land at 3 AM and 6 AM when the body was found. Are you telling me I'm suspect, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. Oh, yeah. From 3 to 4 I was in the flight attendant's room, all by my lonesome self. And from 5 to 6 I was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. Miss Mealy, wake up. She fell asleep again. So we were alone the entire time, were you? Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi. Oh, well, I think the contradiction just popped in to say hi. What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Of course, Edgeworth. Miss Mealy, there is a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony. Huh? What are you talking about? It's not possible that you were alone in the attendance room the whole time from 5 to 6 AM. I wonder if you would be so kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Mealy. Huh? A receipt? For what? It's for the suitcase with the scenario bought. Now if I may direct your attention to the timestamp. As you can see, it clearly says 5:40 AM, Mr. Nario. Yes? Huh? Why is the killer here? I thought you would have her locked up by now. I requested that she be present as a witness, so that we may straighten out your complex lie. Another scenario, between the hours of 5 and 6 AM, you took a trip from first class down to first floor in Fight Shop, correct? Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase, after which I went straight to the attendant's room to drop it off. And did you see Miss Mealy there at the time? No. So Miss Mealy, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 AM? Miss Mealy. The bathroom? I'll be the one to ask the questions here. And maybe that's it. I probably just missed her, not sure cause, you know. Do you take me for a fool? That's little too convenient to be true. But it's the truth, cross my heart. I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage. You don't believe me, do you? But please, won't you give me a chance and hear me out? Look, I know you are suspecting me because I'm one of the crew, but you would think that maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda too. She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard at the shop, you know. If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious. Please leave Miss Tannery out of this conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now. I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you have got your eye on Miss Rhoda. Of course, I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I? Never mind. But you wanna know something? Miss Rhoda actually kinda... I have certainly no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design. Edgeworth gives no fuck about women. So if she is in charge of this, then what you are charge of? And what are you in charge of, Miss Melia? I take care of the attendance room. That doesn't count? Ah, but I spend so much time in there, I might as well be my responsibility. Sarah Rukami is very talented in languages, so she assists passengers who may not speak English, especially those who speak Borginian. So she is the only one in this flight who is fluent. Oh, you mean that kind of what I am in charge of? Why didn't you say so in the first place? What else could I have meant? So I'm really good at Borginian. She's fluent in Borginian. Then I suppose you are in charge of processing documents in Borginian. I take care of anything that has to do with Borginian. Very interesting. Oh, my hands. So you are the only one in this flight crew that speaks Borginian. Is that correct? Oh, yeah, I guess so. I studied abroad in Borginia for a while. If that is the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose: to lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Borginian is you, Miss Mealy. Without your participation, the smuggling of the olive threads could not have occurred. Don't sleep while I am pointing my finger at you. Oh, I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth. It is exactly as you say. Are you confessing to having participated in the smuggling? No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off the document, but you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There is no direct correlation after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper. Really? All you did was sign it. I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So sorry about that. Even if I was involved in the smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that. If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding a smuggling ring, and just when he was about to close in his kid by a member of that ring. Well, did you ever stop thinking maybe Rhoda is the smuggling ring member? After all, unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes. So perhaps there is some element of a setup at playing in this case. What are you talking about? Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you. I meant the killer. First, it was my set, and now it's Mr. Henry who is under the microscope. It seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can. We have no proof that Rhoda is being set up or that she isn't. Actually, I believe that she was indeed intended target from the very beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all of the blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicions. It's the iFly suitcase. This proves that the killer was out to frame his scenario from the very beginning. 3 hours. It's been going on for 3 hours, man. This game is not getting around. The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the first floor? However, why go through all the trouble to do so? The only way all of these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to free Mr. Nario for the murder. Mr. Nario buys a suitcase on every flight. She works without fail. But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body? That would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase, ergo they made a deal with whoever was at hand at their plan and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. The killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree? Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway? It is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. What does it mean? What? The special circumstances is simply that the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict in this day and age, so no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, there was no choice but to frame either Mr. Nario or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's movements. Fuck! Can't read this shit now. It's impossible to keep up with this. It's not Mr. Nario or myself, but you, Miss Camille. Only you and you alone could be the killer. And? Are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. Everyone says this shit. I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. And isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Something that I still can't quite fit into the big picture. It's missing. Even says it. I don't have any actual evidence. I thought not. But that's because it went missing and it still is. Missing? What do you mean by that? In the complex puzzle that is this case, there was one piece I keep getting stuck on, and that is the victim's cell phone. Francisco? You were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks' cell phone. Or at least that's what you told me. That's right. But Agent Hicks' cell phone could not be found at the crime scene. You mean the killer took the phone with them? Precisely. I suspect that if we were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer. Oh, come on, get serious. If the victim fell to his death from that high, wouldn't his phone break as well? We won't know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Francisca, I would like to ask you for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not? Of course I do. Agent Hicks' phone, it's ringing from somewhere, sir. I hear it, detective. Oh, we can run. Oh yeah, remember this, I had to go up here and it's gonna be in Rodas. The ringing's coming from somewhere here, sir. Leave no stone unturned, Detective Gumption, we must find it. The ring is coming from in here, sir. What? No, it can't be. This has got to be the victim's cell phone. Just whose locker is this, sir? It's Mr. Nario's. What? Correct. It was Tenerife all along. So, Mr. Edgeworth, how did it go? Where did you find the phone? I found it in the flight attendant's room in Miss Tenerio's locker. What? But... Rodo Tenerio. I don't know anything about the phone. It wasn't me, it wasn't me. Miss Von Karma, is it? I suggest you arrest Miss Rodo Tenerio right away. Wait, I have a theory. This is related to the incident with the keycard. When the killer went to steal the keycard, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in Mr. Nerio's locker at the same time. This is related to the keycard, alright? In the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that. The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. That is the one bird we cannot ignore. Okay, oh my god. What now, my Edgeworth? It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone. What? Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point us to the killer. Okay, change camera. It's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly was Agent Higgs planning to preserve the crime scene of smuggling? Francesca, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures? Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir. This looks like a very similar model to my own, and mine can take photos just fine. Do you think Agent Higgs could have taken some pictures with this? In particular, pictures as evidence for the smuggling cases? If so, I would say there are maybe some very inconvenient photos in here for our killer smuggler. But the phone's all busted up, sir. Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone. I'll find a way, don't you worry about that. May I go back to sleep now? The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data. What? What do you mean by that, Francisca? It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. This phone is still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are still there inside, waiting to be accessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone. Francisco, your phone, if you please. Very well. It's transferring. Alright, displaying it now. This is... Agent Higgs was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence. Hey, Dolly Fred's nowhere in this pic, sir. But this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right? Oh, she's right. There's not much we can find out from this, sir. Other than it's saying bed sheets. Is this it? Is this the end? No. Is there really nothing in this photo that we can use? There is. The bed sheets, man. Boxes of bed sheets. These are still in the cargo hold. There's nothing unusual about them in particular, but I can't shake the feeling. If you're just playing around, mind if I go home? Yes, I mind. What is all this? Oh, they are cargo ship from Borginia to Zenkfa. The reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Zenkfa. Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me the contents of the boxes? Unfortunately, there is no English written on them anywhere. One cluster of boxes is written in Borginian. It says...
del Minecraft y un dinosaurio XD en el año 6030 y...
Okay, that's what it says. It's clot in English. Clot? Could it be... Is this where the killer... What? What for is the scary face, Miss Mealy? Yes. It appears that Agent X was no ordinary investigator. He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who his killer is. Maybe you shouldn't force your mistaken reading of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth. The Borginian cargo and this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer. What do I... The Borginian cloth? And what is that supposed to prove? The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe the blood they had spilled. But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? And now I have finally found my answer in this very photo. The cargo that was loaded in Zenkva had cloth written all over it. In Borginian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed the piece from to clean up the blood with. That's right, the killer was someone who could read and understand Borginian. And the only crew member that fits that description is you, Miss Camille. Ah, that's pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is in English or Borginian. Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature. What? There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Borginian, well then... Logically, the killer would have opened this box first. Hey, it says bed sheets in English right on the box, sir. Precisely, and the bed sheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say? So what are you trying to say? That if I were the criminal, this box of bed sheets would have been what I would have spotted first. However, the killer chose to use some Borginian cloth. Do you have any explanation for that? The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold, so they were afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets had been opened. However, the Borginian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color. Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zenkfa. That's right, that is why the Borginian cloth was used. And the only Borginian reader on board who could make such a calculated decision is you, Camille, you and you alone. It would be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we would have to do is contact the Zenkfa authorities in time. Let this be the end. We may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. So what do you say, Miss Millie? Why not confess to your crime here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Zenkfa? This is a cool breakdown. Yeah, it was a cool character. He was Interpol, I couldn't stop it. I brought him here, he started taking pictures, I couldn't be found out. I was scared, I was in trouble. I Oh my god. Finally ended. We have finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir. And you know, if I wanna play this through, the third and the fifth case, the fifth case is a freaking nightmare. That's gonna be 3 parts at least if I wanna finish this. Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that? They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. Whenever we approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth. It was scary, sir. Mr. Edgeworth. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much. It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking for you for your cooperation. But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that they'll please accept this as a token of my appreciation. I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it. No, I mean I would never turn down a lady's generous offer. Oh my god, Edgeworth. All the respect for you. Oh, thank you. I'm sure it will serve you well. Look at the smile. It was worth it for just that. And remember, we here at iFly Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you. I will keep that in mind. Now I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue, no matter where you go. I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir, but boy was it fun. Speak for yourself, my day was filled with earthquakes, elevators and false charges. By the way, where's Francisca? Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for her departure. Departure? Yes, Miss Von Karma is always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to chase down some leads regarding her case. Detective? Can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier? Got it, sir. Francisco? I thought I told you when you first landed. I have no time for either chatterer. I have no intention of wasting your time, however, it has been a while since we last met. I also have no time for such familiar reminiscences. Reminiscences. Just who do you think I am? You are Francisco von Karma, a very proud prosecutor, deserving of much respect. Until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing pirate, living her life on the name and fame her invisible father beard. True, your father Manfred von Karma didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible. What are you talking about? The group I am on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time is only the one silver of the big picture. Sounds like a dangerous assignment. You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself. Yes, I suppose you can. Plus there is another agent on this case with me. Oh, another agent. He's a star among Interpol agents and has the highest successful arrest rate. Who knows, you may even run into him one day. I simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see why we would cross paths. I suppose, but I doubt he would say the same. I'm not following you. You will understand soon enough. The flight has only just begun, my Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back in full. Oh my god, it's finally coming to an end. And just like that, she's gone, huh, sir? Thank goodness, I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for her whip. Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation. Oh, it was nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. I think I'm gonna celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight. Just how much did you cut his salary by, Francisca? Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office. Sure thing, sir. Even fly down the road in the patrol car if you want. Don't make me remind you, detective, safety first. And with this, it's end. As was speaking. Finally, I called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through. And you are, have you forgotten my voice, my boy? Mr. Amano, Ernest Amano, correct? Yeah, so you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, my son, he's been kidnapped. And this is where it's gonna continue. Like right now, I'm gonna continue this stream. I'm just kidding. Fucking dying here. It's nice that you can turn this with R3. It's really convenient. Okay, so we have this too. And now I'm just gonna beat this. There's no quit button. Here, I think? Yeah, there isn't. Okay, well, I have to use the keyboard now. Thanks for watching this. It's been a real pleasure, I have to say. How do you quit? Fuck. Close content. Okay, so let me show you some comments real quick. Oh yeah, this picture didn't work, did it? Didn't even bother with it. Okay, let's turn off retro. And let's look at my video, which has this many views, but that's not the point here. So let's look at some comments here, and what I'm searching for is these things, like how is this? Okay, where is it? Same comment. Oh yeah, like funny, not disturbing, incident memes. This one, however, like what the fuck is this? And what is this emoji? This fucking this emoji? Oh my fucking god, this emoji. Why do people use emojis? Other than the... not even gonna search it. I don't even know what I was going with this, like, don't write obnoxious shit here. That's RTX. It has been released, yeah. Wrong, actually. Like, what should I look at? Okay, Linus Tech Tips. I'm pretty sure people are memeing here. Yeah, like I said, there's a kaksoispiste, and there's another kaksoispiste. So there's a format here, and just look at this. How many times it's gonna like duplicate. There's another one, but it's like, oh, almost. They had us in the first half. Not gonna lie. Yeah. Okay, so far. Okay, so there's a third format as well. So no, there was only two. Like this is the third one. When yeah, there's me, there's something, and me again. There's the two format. There's this again. There's this again. There's this again. Like Linus, also Linus. What the fuck, people can't come up with original comments. Let's look at the new ones because the new ones are actually the ones that are not cancer. Awful lot of dumbasses in the comments. We claim to know a lot about computers, but don't know a thing. Okay, that's not about comments. Like about behavior. Yeah, these are if you looking at the comment section and if you want to read something about the video and not some shitty memes, then you go here, sort it by newest first, and maybe some god given strength to this video that it is not a meme shit. So yeah, that's that. I don't know if it was on this video. Like war dot today. Yeah, just type that in war. What are you doing? Huh? War dot today. Yeah, okay, so found it.
There is a new comment bot on YouTube that comments very bad links. This channel comments on every single. They put a timestamp in the video.
Yeah, so this happens quite a lot when I upload a video because it has 7 views for 2 days and then maybe more views as the time goes by, but I don't really promote my videos at all because I only made them for my friends or myself so I can store it somewhere. Like this is the cloud, this amazing technology that has been introduced us at the late 90s, early 2000s, I think. I'm not sure when, but yeah, that's the only reason why I upload YouTube videos. I never wanted to do a career or anything like that. I never had a dream like that, but now I'm getting these idiotic comments and I'm pretty sure if I go through this, okay, well, I won't, but it's not just MMO nerd. It's quite annoying because as we know, we go into YouTube Studio kind of sucks. Like, what is this shit? Okay, my views kind of went up and my subscribers because of this. So yeah, you might want to check something for moderation tab, but here, like basic info, advanced settings, teacher eligibility, upload defaults. Yeah, that you can set something up. Oh yeah, I had to use this community because at some time in 2018 I was getting comments and I couldn't see the comments because I had to go into YouTube Studio and enable that those comments are not spam. So I had to use approved users who kept commenting me. Yeah, good times. Blocked words. Actually, you can. Oh my god, you can add. Okay. War today. War. I have freaking zero idea right now what they were, but as they. Okay, but I found it. Okay, my rant just ended. Thanks, YouTube. I thought it's impossible to put that there. Yeah. This is what I wanted to do, but I really hate this new YouTube. It's bad. Customization. There was a really clear sign here. feature channels too. I don't even know who I'm featuring. I know Kleiner Pixel, but who is the other one? Not even there now anymore. But anyway, thanks for watching this stream. I won't be renting now because I wanna play a game and then go to sleep. Oh my god, I lost so many frames. I hope that won't be an issue. It's probably an issue by itself already. But yeah. I had to stream in 60 FPS because this game is like 2D. Only sprites are presented in it. So why not? There's not much happening other than the screen transition when to like there's the rebuttal. Edgeworth is talking, Camille is talking, and for a effect it changes from one side to the other side when they are talking in a fast motion. So yeah, that's the only time I think it's pixelates, but other than that, it doesn't, and it shouldn't. So the 60 FPS looks great. I don't think FPS games looks great with 60 FPS. I would rather have more bitrate. I'm actually thinking about doing like 950. It can actually hold pretty well right now, but I don't know, like it dropped down that, and that would be drop frames. Okay, but thanks for watching this suck horse dick or something. See you guys next time. Yeah, with this or something else that doesn't kill my throat. Thanks again for listening to my yeah, to my stream. Stay away from garbage memes like YouTube copy paste memes, which exist from Tukak, Soispiste, and like stay away from Fortnite, Minecraft, and Among Us. These three are the triumvirate of cancer. Okay, see you guys next time. Seriously.